So with the release of Pokemon Legends ZA, or ZA, I like to call it because it's funnier, the game's added a lot more new Megas. Finally. And with the release of the Mega Dimension DLC, they've added even more Megas. Hell yeah. So what we will be doing today is ranking every single one of them on our tier list, because I think that'd be pretty funny. So we just start with Venusaur. I think Venusaur's one is pretty good, honestly. I like the flower on top. And yeah, that's really all I've got to say about it. I do have some pretty good memories with it when Pokemon Brick Bronze was in its golden age and I was using that everywhere. So you know what, Venusaur, you get an A tier. Good job. Now we've got Mega Charizard X. This is definitely the better looking one out of the two Charizard Megas. However, this is like objectively the weaker one in terms of battle. If you run Mega Charizard X, it pushes you towards a more physical build, and Y gives you a more special one. Both are really good, like design-wise. I do prefer X over Y. Honestly, I think this goes in S tier just because how cool it is, and the fact that Charizard actually becomes a Dragon type. Char Y could go below it. Actually, I think this tier is already screwed. Wait, okay, I need to move something. I think Venusaur, you sit in B tier. Sorry, Venusaur. Blastoise. So they just took the cannons on its back and added one to them. It made one giant. It's alright. B tier. Beedrill. I don't think I've seen a single person use Mega Beedrill. At least to my knowledge. C tier, probably. Pidgeot. I really like the colors of this one. I think this goes A tier, straight up. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but it looks really good in my opinion. Alright, so first batch of the new Megas, we've got Raichu X and Raichu Y. I'm surprised they gave Raichu like any form of attention after Sun and Moon, where they gave Raichu the Alolan form of the Z move. This is, I mean, the design, I mean, it's much more clear than Char X and Char Y's is like X and Y forms. This one's literally shaped in an X and a Y. I think X one looks a bit better. I think Y's goes in C tier, probably, and X goes in B tier. Clefairy, no, get this thing out of my face. I hate this Pokemon. Why did it receive a Mega? Alakazam, probably B tier. It looks wiser, but also looks much thinner. Like it's a weak old man. Actually, no, putting it in C tier. I do think that multiplication of spoons is kind of funny. Now here's another new one. Mega Victory Bell. I would also like to dub it as Victory Sack. Mega Victory Bell, yeah, B tier, I don't know. Kind of funny. Mega Slowbro. Mega Slowbro. Honestly, I kind of like this one. I think A tier. I think it's funny how he's just in the shell. Guy was eaten by the shell so much to the points where he's now one with the shell. Gengar's one S tier. I don't think I need to say much about it. Especially in the shiny form. The shiny form, Mega Shiny Gengar, is insane. Kangaskhan. Outside of any forms of competitive, this is kind of eh. Inside of competitive, this was broken. Still gonna put a C tier though, because I don't really mind it. So what they did with Mega Starmie, from what I can imagine, is that they took Starmie, they took the bottom parts of its legs, and they just stretched it out. Anyways, D tier. I don't know what the hell this thing is. Actually, no. Hold on. It deserves its own tier. You get what is that tier. Sit in there, behave yourself. Mega Pinsir? Considering that Pinsir gets like 0 attention for anything it does. It's alright. B tier. Gyarados one is pretty cool. Honestly, this goes A tier. I like it. I do remember when I saw it for the first time, I thought it was Steel type for some weird ass reason. Aerodactyl's one, D tier. It looks painful. And it probably is very painful. Here's another new one. Mega Dragonites. So I don't know, what do they call the Mega stuff for Dragonite? Is it just Dragonitites? Is that what they call it? And so they just took the wings of its back and glued it onto its head. It's like they fused Dragonite with Dragonair. It's alright, I think. Probably gonna put a C tier. Obviously this tier list is not ordered in any way. I'm just putting them in tiers of what I think. Mewtwo X, I don't like the design. I think it looks weird. Y is a bit better than X, but still looks kind of weird. It's like Mewtwo X, it grew up. Mewtwo Y, it grew down. Alright, Mega Meganium. So they took, like, straight up the worst starter out of every single starter in the entire dex, put it as a starter in ZA, and gave it a Mega form. And they just smothered it in flowers. And that's... Okay, Mega Feraligatr. That's supposed to be like a jaw, I think. I don't know if I like this one. Like, I don't know if I like it. I think this also goes D tier. Mega Ampharos, I'm putting in A tier. This is largely due to, again, I played Pokemon Brick Bronze. I used a Mega Ampharos quite a bit. I enjoyed it. So yeah, A tier. Kind of strange that it's part Dragon type when it Mega evolves, but oh well. Steelix. As much as Steelix is straight up ass in every single compartment, Mega Steelix is actually pretty good looking, in my opinion. You also get an A tier. Scizor. I feel like base form Scizor is a little bit better than the Mega. I think. I'll just say B tier. Sure. Heracross. On same boat as Pinsir, I think, where nobody remembers this thing. Actually, I think it's more memorable than Pinsir, because Ash had a Heracross in the anime. And I'm like 90%, I'm pretty sure the Mega is actually worse than the base form, because it lowers its speed. You guys C tier for that. Mega Skarmory. Why did they give Skarmory a Mega? Like, honestly, this might as well should have just felt like a regular evolution than a Mega evolution. D tier. Houndoom. Looks alright. But nothing too insane, I think. Tyranitar. They took the Pokemon based on Godzilla, and they turned it into an even more wacky version of Godzilla. I'm thinking between A or B, honestly. I'd probably B. Mega Sceptile. This one's cool. This one goes in A tier. It gaining the Dragon typing, again, is weird, but why? Half of these Megas just gain the Dragon type where it feels like it. The only one that's made sense was Charizard's one, because look at it. Sceptile A tier, I think it's pretty good. Now, if we're basing this in competitive, this would be in GOAT tier, because how broken it is. But this is not based on competitive. This is based on my opinions. So screw that. I hate this Pokemon. D tier. Mega Swampert. Consider that Swampert is like straight up the best starter you could pick in every Hoenn game. A tier. This thing will nuke everything you find. Mega Gardevoir. Honestly, S tier. This one's really good. Just ignore all of the stuff on the internet about Gardevoir. We can just scratch that. Sableye one. Complete personal bias. I think this one's fucking hilarious. It's just a Sableye with a giant gem. This is funny as hell. Mahaw's one is sick. I like it. A tier. Megagon, C tier. This looks weird. Only saving grace that it becomes a pure steel type after Mega Evolving, which is like one of like two cases, I think, where it loses a typing upon Mega Evolution. Mega Metachat. It gets pure power as an ability. That's all I remember on it. C tier. Mega Manectric. D tier. Probably. It's just it turns. Actually, no. That's too harsh, I think. C tier. Mega Sharpedo. They took Sharpedo and just made it even more like patterned with the yellow. I don't really like it. D tier. Camerupt is better, honestly. Probably B tier. If only it wasn't so bad to actually use. That should be higher. Altaria Mega? I don't know if it deserves S tier. I really like the part where it gets the fairy typing upon Mega. But Altaria in battle, from my experience, is not good. So, A tier. Sorry, Altaria. A for Altaria. What can I say? Banette. I don't know how to feel about Banette, so I'll just put it C tier. Mega Chimecho. Why did they give this Pokemon a Mega? I have no idea. What I do know is that this looks actually not bad for what it is. B tier. Mega Absol. I've seen this Pokemon so much, especially because of Brick Bronze. I've used one, I think it was pretty good. S tier, straight up. And then we have the newest form of Absol in Absol Z. Why did they make a second form of Absol? I don't know. But either way, this is like a perfect, like, opposite to regular Mega Absol. Like, this is more of like an angel kind of thing. This is like very much a devil kind of thing, and I think it's awesome. Straight up S tier. Glalie. its mouth is just giant. I don't know where you put this thing. It just has a giant mouth that it can't close. That's actually kind of sad. You get pity points. Salamence. It's very enjoyable to use in battle. However, the croissant on its back, it looks a bit weird. It's probably supposed to be like representing the moon or something. I don't know. B tier, sure. Mega Metagross one. This one's awesome. This one's sick, especially with the shiny form. S tier. These are D tier objectively because A, Latios and Latios one are the same. Even with the shiny form, I believe. And B, this is just boring. Do I have to say anything about Rayquaza's one? Like, do I have to say anything about it? Can Mega without a stone is ridiculously broken in battle. Looks sick as hell. The shiny one is probably the best shiny Mega like combination in the game. Or at least as far as I'm aware of. I haven't actually seen the shiny forms of the new ones, the new Megas. So yeah, GOAT tier. Staraptor. Staraptor is my favorite regional bird. First off, I don't know how to feel about some Megazord. You just B tier. Lopunny. It's pretty good in battle. I don't really have much else to say about it. Just don't ask the people on the internet what they do to it. Okay, Mega Garchomp. It's sad that it loses speed when it Mega Evolves, so it actually becomes worse in battle compared to a regular Garchomp with a Life Orb. Mega-wise, I think it looks kind of mid. C tier. Mega Garchomp Z. I have no idea what this thing looks like, so I have to let me quickly look this up. I mean, it looks better than the base Mega, I think. Like, it looks like it can actually fly like now without looking stupid. You know what, I'll just put it above regular Garchomp because I think it looks better. Lucario, this one's iconic. And that's largely just because of X and Y. A tier, probably. I wouldn't put it all the way up in S tier. But it's good. Lucario Z. I have to also look this up. I can't see that. I am not entirely sure how to feel about this design. I prefer the base one a lot more than this. This feels like one of those Mega designs where it actually takes time for you to adjust to it, for you to like it, I think. I'll probably put it C tier, because I'm not the biggest fan of it. Abomasnow? Honestly, isn't that bad. B tier. Gallade, I love this one. I think it looks sick. It's literally a duelist from Yu-Gi-Oh! In Pokemon. Frostlass. Honestly, this was pretty good. Considering that Frostlass gets like no attention. This isn't bad. Mega Heatran. I'm putting you also in what is that tier. they took whatever they did to Glalie and glued it onto Heatran and also just made him look fat. Mega Darkrai. I've seen comments that it looks like a Kirby enemy. Honestly, B tier. I straight up don't know what to think of it. Mega Emboar. Poor Cyndaquil. It doesn't get a Mega form, but it did get Hisuian form. And we will just not talk about what happened with Typhlosion. It probably makes regular Emboar go from forgettable to slightly less forgettable. B tier, probably. Mega Excadrill. Excadrill is already a very good Pokemon. The Mega form just made it look... B tier. Audino. This, out of every single Pokemon in Generation 5 that they could have picked, they picked Audino to get a Mega form. Honestly, the design isn't even bad. It's just, why would they give it to Audino? Scolipede? I like Scolipede's one. I just think the armor bulging out in front of it is weird. Other than that, looks really good. A tier. Scrafty. Wait, Scrafty has a Mega? Scrafty's one... Honestly, this one's kind of good, I think. Let me actually get a closer look at it. Honestly, I like the white cloak on him. It makes him look a bit more menacing than he's supposed to be. So you know what? You can send A tier. Mega Electros. It has the plus and minus thing, which is a nice touch. B tier. Chandelure. This is my favorite ghost-type Pokemon in the entire game. However, I think the Mega they did it on it is... It does a decent enough job. I just think... What could they have done for a Mega form of a Chandelier? But you know what? You go in A tier. Golurk, S tier. Golurk's one is randomly really good. Like it's like they took Golurk and it just made him Super Saiyan. Chestnuts. Base Chestnut is ugly. Quilladin is ugly. Chespin is great. Okay, upon closer inspection, this is better than base form Chestnut. I think the color, like how they use the color here is actually better. You can sit in B tier, honestly. Actually, no, A tier. I think the colors kind of carry it. Delphox, honestly, isn't bad. B tier. Greninjas. Now, aside from the fact that Ash Greninja is essentially Mega Greninja, and then they added an actual Mega Greninja, and whatever, it's just spawns a giant water shuriken and is standing on it upside down. My one question to it is that, does it not get a headache for standing upside down for too long? Is that not painful? Anyways, this one's funny, so A tier. Pyroar, D tier. They just took Pyroar and just stretched out the mane even further. Like, I know it's supposed to spell the word fire, the character for fire, but no. Mega AZ's Floettes. What? Why? Why out of all things did this get a Mega? I'm not even sure this is obtainable in the actual game because I haven't played it, but I know on X and Y there is zero way for you to obtain this thing. What's even funnier is that it has its own signature move. You never really get this Pokemon, as far as I'm aware of. As for the design, I think it looks a little bit weird how Floette's body connects to the flower. Although to be fair, I think that's what base Floette does anyway. C tier. Meowstic. I'm surprised they paid any forms of attention to Meowstic. Like, straight up. It's not bad. It's like they took the two variations of Meowstic and glued them together in a fusion dance. Malamar. At first, I think Malamar's was kind of strange. I'm like, why did they just make it thinner? Now I look at it again, I think it's actually not bad. A tier. Barbago. This thing looks horrifying. Straight up. I don't like this one at all. This looks horrifying. C tier. What's that? Is that Dragalge? Mega Dragalge. It's from what I know, regular Dragalge is based on kelp, and it's a poison dragon type. This is, I want to say it's an upgrade to regular Dragalge. I mean, there's a picture of Dragalge right next to it, but I don't know, so I'll put you C tier. Hawlucha, this is what they should just do with every new Mega. It's simple, yet it works. It's very effective. S tier. Is it Zygarde? Is this Zygarde's one? First off, isn't this locked behind 100% from Zygarde? So already that sounds horrible to pick up on a regular playthrough. Second, what is that? Like, Zygarde shrank in size, and all of its, like, cells just went onto this one giant-ass cannon. This doesn't make any sense. C tier. Diancie. Diancie's one is graceful. A tier. This one's pretty. This one's like really nice. Actually, I might put that in S tier. I actually really like this one. Crabominable. This is a dramatic upgrade from regular Crabominable. However, it being on two legs looks kind of weird. Still put a B tier though. Golysopods. It's like they took Golysopod's shell, hardened it, and stuck a pair of legs. No, stuck a pair of extra arms on it. Actually, not bad. A tier. Drampod's one's awesome. I love this one. If I remember correctly, the idea for, or I think the Dex entry states that this is what Drampod's like young form looks like, and I think it looks insane, dude. Like, look at this. He looks badass as hell. This might be the best Mega from the new selection. Magearna. How did Magearna get a Mega of all Pokemon? And how is a Mega Magearna supposed to? How does it evolve? It's literally a machine. As for its design, I think it's B tier. Actually, no, you go C tier, because I don't understand what this thing is. Is this Zeraora? I think it's Zeraora. So it's like they took Zeraora's colors from its base form and rotated the palette around and made it look larger. Other than, I mean, it's a simple change, which I think is a good idea, so I'll put it B tier. Mega Fallout, this is the funniest one. This is a straight up go tier. This is... So what they did is they took every single compartment of Phalanx and just turned it into a Megazord. This is go tier straight off. I take back whatever I said about... Actually, no, Drampa's one, objectively, I think, is the coolest one. At least in my opinion, it's the coolest, like, new one. Phalanx was just it's the funniest. Like, what? It's a fucking Megazord. Anyways, Scovillain. This looks like it would be a regular evolution instead of a mega evolution. C tier. Glamora is one I think looks pretty good, so you can go in A tier. How am I supposed to rank the 3 forms of Tatsugiri? First off, why did Tatsugiri get a mega? Second of all, what is it gonna look like if it still keeps the commander ability and gets Imai Dondozo? And third off, it pulled a Magneton. It just took one Tatsugiri and glued the other 2 pieces onto it. If I'm gonna be honest, like the colors just carry this thing. I'm putting only one variant of Tatsugiri on because there's literally 3 of them. Colors carry this thing by a lot, in my opinion. Although I have no idea how it's gonna function in battle. Baxcalibur, this is the final one. Baxcalibur. Honestly, it looks painful to have a sword sticking out of your back like that much. Safe, my man. Safe, man, Baxcalibur. Justice for Baxcalibur. You know what? A tier. Alright, so that's all the rankings. Now I'm gonna have to speedrun any adjustments. Okay, maybe Galate's one should be an S tier. I think putting in GOAT tier is a bit too much. You know what? I'm putting Drampas up in GOAT tier instead. That's how much I like it. Chandelur's one, honestly, B tier. I think I put a bit too much credit for what they do on Chandelure. You know, I'll put Lopunny's one on Beer. Beer? B tier. You can go into D tier. I really don't like this one. I think it looks scary as fuck. I think that's it for the tier list. There you go. The entire tier list of Mega Evolutions, based on my opinion. Sableye, Rayquaza, the Megazord, and Drampon are at the top. Followed by Charizard X, Gengar, Gardevoir, 2 forms of Absol, Metagross, Golurk, Hawlucha, Diancie, and Galade. Bottom tier, and what is that tier, is Starmie and Heatran. For pretty obvious reasons.